my will, my will pulls down the stronghold. My will pulls down the stronghold of the white man every day until we have a black manhood, African manhood, many manhoods they go. What do you mean by that? Well, all the masculinities that I could have expressed. Don't say it's not exactly demon possession. It's more working with the forces of darkness, not exactly being in full control over every, how do I say, spirit that not possesses me, that I deal with, of having control over my spirit man, or self control. Self control, it goes deep. You understand? Even when you want to question what the self is, then you say, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Then you just build something else. You say, you want to crush me. You want to shame me. You say, you keep on saying there'll be no hope, there'll be no peace. Let me tell you something. Alafia, that means peace. It can mean the end of the war, the end of the battle. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Death itself, or it can mean good health, wealth, prosperity, mental health. Okay, because in the end, that's what it all amounts to, doesn't it? I say Gloria. Alafia Yoruba. Gloria means well, how do I say it? That the victory has been won and that we've given all the allocates to the victor, and the wonderfulness, the gloriousness, etc. of life. You say, Alafia, Alafia speaks to the devil's wisdom. Gloria is the devil's advocate. You know what? I don't want to say fuck Eleanor Roosevelt High School, but you know what? That's not nice. Well, I graduated from there. The spirit of Eleanor Roosevelt I have a problem with. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Staff Sergeant Franklin. You know, the military, love making, or not. You say we can go from pursuing wisdom and wealth to actually engineering. You say the pursuit of those things didn't really end up in anything. I say happiness, happiness. Don't get that twisted. You know, you can keep on using me in the realm of the spirit to fight against magic, occult, witchcraft, powers, etc. Manpower, manpower, manpower. Okay? Manpower. The will can be represented by the hand of man. Okay? The hands. I have hands. That's good. Destiny can be represented by feet. Uh-huh. Okay. You say spirit can be represented by head. Okay. Many different ways of thinking. All right. There are different ways of thinking. That doesn't mean um that I am not one person. It's just it's just a problem that needs to be solved when it comes to having a consistent personality, right? Even though with different intonations and self expressions. Okay, as per different spirits, I can work with different spirits, but then it just kind of amounts to different the totality of my personality. Okay, but then there's also the problem of having to speak in order to think in my own head without speaking. as per the manhood of the devil and biblical manhood, how do we show that God is the one getting the glory? How do we say that we give praise to God? How do we say that we bring peace to the woman of the world that made war with my spirit, soul, and body, even my sexuality? Hmm. You say I'm prophesying shit. Is that what you want to say to me? Hmm. The weeping prophet, the man after God's heart. Okay. Who else? Daniel is not a eunuch. I am not a eunuch. A transgender woman, a transgender man. Would that not be the confusion of the devil? Is that so? Let me tell you, the amount of time spent arguing against them. You say, I just say everyone I don't like. If I don't like you, you're just going out of business. Which means there are people that aren't going to be voluntarily going for certain for certain things. You understand? You're not going towards me. You understand? I am the one that's certain of it. You understand? Well, Damilo Jukbel, he said language should solve things. Some people don't like the way I solve things. They say who solves the problem? See, another thing that's going on is that I know that they're hoping for things. They want things in the future. They say it's the manhood of the devil that goes against their hope. Say, how many men are here? I'm the only man here. Am I not? So everything has to be about a matter of simultaneity. Say, when they get what they want, I get what I want. I disagree. I say 5. What does that mean? Demon, 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 demon. No, not a demon, if I say so. Devil, 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 devil. What's the devil doing? Oh, he's doing. Okay. 7, 5, 7, 5. Look, realistically speaking, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Okay. 3, 2 plus 1. 2 devils, 1 saint. 2 daughters, 1 son. Okay. That's the way I see it. 3 out of 5. A family of 6. A family of 5. A family of 7. Even before I can start. And then there's, of course, the literal meaning, the original meaning, not what I make it. You say, thank you, Zuri Terrell. Thank you, Zach Reyes. You say you don't want my scrotum to hang like that. It's just a matter of temperature. I should look like an elephant. Why should I look like that? well, I guess in a parched, dry land, looking for not parched, dry in the wilderness, looking for streams of water. Hmm. But that's not an animal in the Word of God. Hmm. Hmm. Well, they keep on looking. See, they don't wanna become real. You say, I I, I went to a store that sells children's clothing and baby clothes, so I can so God gives me honor. The King of Glory shall come in. Who is this King of Glory? God honors me. Psalm 91. Okay. I went to a library and to the children's section of the library, right? I read a couple of children's books. Okay. So I can do that. God gives me honor. God gives me some respect. Okay. My father, my father, my father is not ashamed of me all the time. So two daughters, Alafia, Gloria, one son, Jude or Judah. My son, my son, you are my praise. Hmm. And maybe things would have been quicker if I said God is worthy of praise. That would have been different. Maybe that could be a middle name in Yoruba. Okay. Then there's the Baptist church, the Episcopal church, the Catholic church, different experiences, the Church of Satan, the Synagogue of Satan, Biblical Manhood. I did my best, you understand, to uh to make it difficult for them to use the mirror world, where the left is the right is the left, where the mirror is in front of you, the mirror behind you is the only mirror that you can't look at but you can think of. I did my best to control, you know, the manhood of the devil, says our special Lily Lane. The imaginary wife